Start with a question for Ryan.
What made you decide to get into acting?
Well, one of the tutors here, you perhaps won't know her, Amanda Hemmer. She one day said to me, "You should go to theatre school," and I was like, "Shut up! Behave yourself. People, blind people don't go into theatre school. It doesn't happen. It only happens to people in black and white films. It doesn't happen to people like me." Anyway, we did a few plays here, did a few shows. Dead Fish, we did some Jim Cartwright, we did Alan Bennett monologues, some of those. Talking Heads, that's the one. And I really got into it and really sort of applied myself and got into theatre school. It took a bit of time and it took a lot of persuading from my point of view, but it worked. It was great.
And what were your experiences in drama school?
I think I learned more at theatre school than I've learned at any other time in my life, before or since. Because not only did I have to live in digs for the first time, live out of college, arrange my own rent, do all that sort of thing, learn to live outside again. Because I've been a student since the age of 5 to the age of about 21 when I came here. And I had to learn sort of that side of it, but there was also the part where you had to learn about voice, and you had to learn about vocal interpretation, RP, how to say certain words, how to do certain things, dance, radio technique, mime. There was so many things to learn in 2 years, and we crammed it all in, and it was great. But I think they learned as much from me because I was the first blind person to go to the Bristol Old Vic. So we seemed to teach each other. I taught them how to teach me, sort of thing.
Did you find it difficult at times?
Of course. But nothing's worth doing that isn't difficult, really. But yeah, there was difficult times. There was times when, line learning techniques and things like that I had to brush up on and really work on those, because you've got to be able to do it quickly. That's the trick.
Did they? Oh, carry on, Monique.
What's been the highlight of your career so far?
The highlight of my career.
Like, what have you enjoyed?
Yeah, I know, but it's a tricky one. The Archers, doing the Archers. I mean, I remember they went around us all at the second year at the Old Vic near the end of the time before we graduated. And what do you want to do? And everybody was like, I want to go in the RSC, and I want to be in this TV show or this film. And I always wanted to be in the Archers. Even when I was here and before, since about the age of 11, I've listened to it. And I was walking up to the nursery to collect my nephew, actually, and somebody phoned me up and said, we'd like you to audition for the Archers. That was probably the highlight of my working career, easily, because I was so dazed and numb by it, I nearly got myself run over. But other than that, it was great.
How did you find transferring from drama school to paid employment as an actor?
Well, I was prepared, because they do prepare you for it. You've got to run your own business, so you've got to know about tax and things. You've got to know about all sorts of stuff like that. To keep your own books. It's a tricky one, but you sort of learn as you go. And it wasn't that difficult. It's just a case of keeping up the learning and keeping up what's going on.
Did you have a favourite part of drama school?
Oh, radio and mic technique. I loved that. I loved the life there. It was lovely, great social life as well. I think with acting, you've got to really want to do it, because there's not many breaks in it. There's not a great deal of money in it either. But the love of the job is what keeps you going.
What would you say are the main benefits of being an actor, like a freelance actor?
The benefits, I don't know. Doing the work is the biggest benefit. Coming out of that place feeling like a king, knowing that 4 million people are going to be listening to it. That's lovely. But there's been lots of little perky benefits as well. I went to open a fete in a remote village, and as a payment, because they couldn't afford to pay me, I actually got to stay in a wolf sanctuary for the night. And me and my daughter went. She was only about 8 at the time, and we we were lying there at night. It was like Dracula's castle. You just wait and hear, listen to them, the children of the night. You know, but you could hear the wolves howling away. And the next day we went in to see them, and they were wagging their tails like dogs, and we were stroking them. It was amazing. Little parky benefits, little things like that happen
Were they
sometimes.
baby wolves?
No, the baby cubs would have been kept in the house till they were about 1.5.
They were big ones. So cute.
The big curly teeth, and they don't chew your hand. They don't chew the biscuit out your hand. They just suck it out your hand.
Oh.
But lots of little strange benefits like that. Funny things happen. You meet people as well. You meet people that you wouldn't have dreamed. I mean, do any of you guys read audiobooks?
Yeah.
People like Carol Boyd, who plays Linda Snell. You know. Do you listen to the Arts at all? Any of you?
I've only listened to it a few times.
Fair enough. Not everybody that I talk to listens to it. But people like that. We did Canterbury Tales as a result of the Arts last year, Christmas.
Did you have to learn how? Did you do it in Old English or did you do it? In
No, thank God. But we had to, because we basically were given about a week and a half to learn the lines. So I had to work out different characters, play 3 different characters. So one of them sounded like that. He was he was looking for dead bodies around fields and stuff like that. And the other one was higher in the head, sounded more like that. And of course my Jazzer character is Glaswegian anyway, so that helped me. That was good. But yeah, it's a really quick turnover. That's the thing with the arts, is you have to do it quickly.
In terms of just a point, in terms of like accents and things like that, do you pick it up naturally, or do you ever have coaching in the specific accent?
I've found that, I mean, it's different for everyone. It really is. I've found that I can pick most accents up quite naturally, but sometimes I've got to hear them, obviously. I mean, obviously I've got to hear them, have heard them in my lifetime, but most British accents I have heard, so I can pick them up.
How do you distinguish play the how do you become the character that you're playing instead of just acting?
You've got to think about what it would be like to be that character first. You know, put yourself in his shoes if you can. That's any character. That's, you know, no matter what you're playing. I mean, with Jazzer it's quite easy because I've played Jazzer for 18 years, so I know all about him. You know, I know all about his background. I know everything about what he is. But one-off plays and that's that sort of thing. You've really just got to try and put yourself in the character's shoes, and that can take a bit of time, but it's worth doing. Start there and work your way upwards. Work your way on. How would he say that line, and why would he say it that way? What's his motivation? You've just got to, like I say, just try and walk a mile in his shoes, or her shoes, whichever.
When you're working, what are your typical contracts like?
Contracts these days, well, they're not so much contracts, it's all sort of computer technology. It's pretty much, I have somebody who helps me with those and reads through them because they still come in print. But
Do they still come in the post, right?
Yeah, they still do.
I see, yeah.
I had mine in the post and I had to get it printed to me, but I also had an electronic copy of it, so...
No, I don't get email copies. I get my scripts on email though. That's how I learn the lines. But
how do you... So you get them as a Word document, do you?
Yeah.
And then what do? You use JAWS?
You use JAWS to read them.
Yes.
Read the whole episode. Because you get the scriptures, and then I take out the scenes that I'm not in. And just have them on my little Plex talk machine, which I can carry around with me to take on trains and stuff. People think you're a bit mad when you're mumbling like Elvis on the train, but who cares? Who cares?
Ryan, just going back to drama school, how were your materials presented to you? Did they actually get stuff brailled up for you at that point?
Sometimes they did. A lot of the time it was a matter of learning it.
From a recording?
From a recording or from other people. We used to do sort of learning groups as well.
Right.
Learning groups. We'd meet up as well outside theatre school.
Yes.
It was easier. It was better to do it with other people. But it wasn't easy to do braille scripts because, the technology just wasn't in the theatre school itself, and sometimes you need it that hour. You know how it is.
Yes.
So it was easier just to get somebody to record it on a dictaphone at the time.
Yeah.
The little tiny dictaphones with the tapes.
Alexis, do you have any questions for Ryan?
This might be a silly question, but when you get on stage, what's the feeling that you get? Do you get nervous or
Yes, of course you get nervous, but
yes, I do.
everybody, you've just got to try and make that work for you. and it's tricky sometimes. I mean, it's a bit easier now, but everybody has tried. You know, out on stage, everybody, you know what I mean by that. Everybody has just gone on stage and gone for a few seconds, even, and then it just comes. But you've just got to try and make the nerves work for you and try and push through them. It's the only way forward, really.
Yeah.
Just tell yourself that you can do it, because you know you've done it before. You know, if you did it in rehearsal, you can do it in front of people. I mean, one good thing about being blind is sometimes you can forget they're there.
You've mentioned this a little bit before, but what would you say are the most difficult parts of being an actor, and especially being a VI actor?
Self-doubt comes in every now and again. That happens. I think that's, I did a film for Guide Dogs about 2 or 3 years ago, and I hadn't done any filming for about 9 years before that. I've done quite a bit since, funnily enough. But I definitely, am I still going to be able to do this? Am I still going to have what I had back then in Bristol, and just after that? But it turned out that I did, and sort of, I just again, that was part of nervousness as I sort of worked my way through it, and just come out the other side feeling great. Because that's one of the advantages of acting, is the adrenaline rush. It's the best thing since sliced bread. I remember we did this show, and we practically had to rewrite it because it had been written by a partially sighted person for a blind person to play, and but he hadn't really thought it through. He hadn't. There was lots of references to this blind guy almost being able to see, and he couldn't see. There was lines like, "Oh, I'll just go home and give the dog a kick," and nobody says that. No blind person would say that about their friend. Just lots and lots of stuff like that. So we spent 5 weeks rewriting this show, and I came off. The first night of the show was absolutely, everything went perfectly all right. It was really, I was meant to throw things into people's faces, and it hit them in the face. It was also, all the little details were just bang on. And I came off stage, and I checked my answer phone messages, and it was to tell me that the wife was pregnant with my daughter. There is no night that will ever beat that. Doesn't matter what I do or try to do. That was the best night of my life, easily.
What's it like finding work as a freelance actor?
Difficult, mate. Difficult. It's a constant slog. It's got to be done, though. But you've really got to want to do it. Like I said, you've got to need it like you need air. It's in order to do it and carry it through and want to keep doing it. Because again, you can look for work for years, or you can get work in a month. There's no way of knowing it. But it's one of these things that just happens or it doesn't. And I've been very lucky that way. But you've got to keep looking for the work. You've got to keep trying. I don't have an agent, but I do have a voice agent. So I keep looking for voice work, because it's not easy for me to get away for a long time. To do theatre work and things like that. I couldn't get away for months and go touring because of my home circumstances. That's just the way life is. So I've got a voice agent, and I do the arts quite regularly. I've done a bit of filming this last year or two. Bits and bobs have happened, but I've not done any theatre for a long time.
How do you find going to auditions, or for instance doing self-tapes and that kind of thing?
Self-tapes are easy because of technology. The technology's really come on in leaps and bounds the last 15, 20 years. And it's made life a lot easier for us. Auditions, still the same as ever they were. You've just got to prepare for those. Find out what they want you to do and do it to the best of your ability.
Sorry, can we just